So, Dave, how can I help?
Well, recently, I suppose 18 months ago, was diagnosed with a type of leukemia known as CLL. Was having 3 monthly checkups just to keep an eye on the white blood cell count. They recently went out to, the doctor said I only have to see him once every year. So the results have been quite stable. I suppose the concerning thing is how it got there in the first place. No doctor can say this is how you got it, or indeed this is how you get rid of it. So it's in a situation where it's not sort of controlling my life, but it's something that concerns me because whether it's a product of negative thinking or something that's going on within me that's created this.
Sure.
I'd prefer to eradicate it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, if you just bear with me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my brain kind of like a diagnostic machine where I'm able to tune in, if you like using a radio antenna to dial into the frequency of your thoughts, so to speak, because we're all intrinsically connected by this beautiful field of intelligence, and I'm able to dial into that and have a look around and see what is at the root cause of these symptoms in your body. And we can look at where it came from, and we can start looking at, well, how do we start eliminating it from the body? So if you just bear with me for 2 secs, I'll have a bit of a look for you.
Yep.
Okay, the very first layer that shows up, Dave, is that you're never happy with anything you do. Whatever direction you turn in, you're dissatisfied with it. Can you feel that?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the first layer. Now let's see if there's more if we go a bit deeper. Okay, so over the years, this has created a bit of a snowball effect within your system, within your body, and there's this general energy, if you like, of I'm dissatisfied with myself.
Yep.
Yeah? So rather than thinking positively of yourself or thinking highly of yourself, you've gotten to think of yourself as somebody, and these are the words that I'm getting from you, you think of yourself as someone who's a bit of a loser.
Probably. I'd say underachiever, but yeah, they're probably one.
I didn't want to say that word, Dave. My apologies. It was just the word that was coming through. And if we can be as accurate to the point as what's coming through, that's actually the resonance that's in your body. Because calling yourself an underachiever doesn't really do too much to the health of your body. But when you think of yourself in that ugly format of I'm a loser, that's the stuff that hurts the body. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and it's not the kind of thing we want to think that we're thinking of ourselves. So again, my apologies that I got so direct, but that's how it was being shown. And that's the closer we get to the truth of that, the faster it can go. So let's just see if there's anything more you need to know about the root cause of the leukemia there. Yeah, just a couple of messages just to help you understand it. These just stem back from some beliefs that I'm being shown your father, actually, that your father felt he could never do the right thing for your mother.
Okay.
Yeah, and so what happens is, let's see how that transferred onto you. What you didn't actually see was your mother being involved in that equation. All you saw was this man who just felt hopeless and, in a sense, depressed, that all his efforts were kind of in vain.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
Yeah, great. So what you did as a child is you just took on that belief system. You just took on that way of being. And, it's not through any fault of your father's or, anything you've done wrong. It's just simply a product of not having a greater perspective as a child. So I'll just see if there's anything else you need to know there. Yeah, I'm being told I need to go just reveal some of the beliefs that are in your subconscious mind that are at the root cause of that. So let me have a look for you there quickly. I can never make up my mind. That's one of the beliefs that supports this illness. Okay, another belief that supports that C.
What was that last one?
I can never make up my mind.
Yeah.
Yep, relate to that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see, the next one is people expect too much from me. Did you hear that?
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, people expect too much from me. And the impact of those beliefs on you are very simply, I can't get it right. You're caught between you can't make up your mind to do something, too much pressure on you to be a particular way, you're left feeling you can't get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've just kind of gotten to the point where you've just beaten yourself up so much that you've just got this toxin running through your blood because you don't relate to yourself in that empowering way, your body can't function in an empowering way. So your body's just reflecting exactly that. It's just like, well, we don't even like ourselves. So the blood cells, they're not performing the way they're meant to because you're not relating to yourself the way you're meant to, so to speak. Do you have any questions on that so far?
No.
Okay.
Good.
So let's have a look at where to from here and how to shift that illness out of your system. Let me have a look. Okay. Very strictly, the very first thing that comes up, you need to take on a very strict regime of praising yourself. All right? It kind of reminds me, we have a little 2.5-year-old boy, and, if he sits on the potty, he gets huge praise. If he goes in the shower, he gets huge praise. And it's almost like you've got to relate to yourself like you're starting again, like you're your own child, you're your own little boy. And you've got to start again and start appreciating and encouraging every little thing that you do. Now, it doesn't have to be, you picked up a piece of food and you put it in your mouth and you give yourself praise, but it's like, if you've called someone you haven't called in a while, praise yourself for that. If you shake someone's hand to congratulate them for something, praise yourself for that. If you spend a week eating beautiful food, praise yourself for that. You got to start tipping the balance in your body away from all that criticism and negativity into creating an environment, more like an ecosystem that is very supportive and uplifting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Great. So that's the very first step you need to take. Let me see what the next step would be for you. Okay, the best thing to do would be for you to start learning how to actually clear a lot of those memories and those beliefs that have come from your childhood, because those belief systems, they get stuck in the body, and you kind of keep revisiting those. Every time you're down, by default almost, your brain revisits those. So you need to learn how to go back, look into your body, look at what those beliefs that you're storing in there, that negative emotion, those negative experiences, and go, okay, let's find out what the truth is. So you can go either into your subconscious mind or into your higher self and go, okay, what's the truth? And then in that instant of recognizing the truth, they leave your body. So we're tackling things from both directions. We need to release all that negativity that's been stored in your body. And we also need to be starting a regime of praise and support of rebuilding a new relation or building a new relationship with Dave. Does that make sense?
Yeah, complete.
Okay. So we can definitely talk to you after about how to learn more about the clearing. Let me just see if there's next steps for you in terms of leukemia. Very importantly, very importantly, very important message for you, Dave. Do not read any literature on this illness. All right? Because that's plays right in to you feeling like a loser and feeling like you can't get it right. And the more you read more material about symptoms, side effects, consequences, lack of healing, all of that side of things, the more you will beat yourself up. So you're on a very strict diet, a very strict regime of only that which fosters self-belief.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, perfect.
Do you have any questions?
No, I think I've been pretty good at not reading things of late, I suppose, about this, but certainly probably what I read early on hasn't left.
Yeah, it feels like there's sometimes inclinations to read more. Just when you're feeling a little bit down, there's kind of like this, this impulse to be in part of that world. But it's you've really got to withdraw from that, because it's only your world, it's only your reality if you keep putting yourself into it.
Yeah.
And you got to keep seeing yourself. You're kind of standing in the mud to an extent. You got to keep climbing up that hill. You're not going to get to the top of the hill by keep throwing yourself back into the mud.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see if there's any final messages for you on that. No, you're all good. No, that feels good. Anything on your end? Any final questions?
No. No, that's good stuff.
Well done, Dave. Well done. All right. Well, we'll get in touch and we'll teach you how to clear all that stuff, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Excellent. Thanks very much for that, Daniel.
Thanks, Dave.